Hi everyone. Hi Techie. Thank you folks for coming on by again and joining me for another session of Power to the People. Hi. Yeah, here we are. This is Power to the People. It's a simulation game. So it's kind of similar to SimCity, I would probably say, just in the way of like you having to do some management and such, but ooh, banana bread, nice. But instead of focusing on building the city and making the city happy, we're actually just controlling the power plants. So we just have one duty, supply power to the city, however way we need to do that. And the city itself gets built by itself. So it's a kind of an AI generation, I believe, that it just kind of naturally grows and grows. I don't have any stake in it. I don't tell it where to go or anything like that. It'll just grow, and I have to adjust with that. So I enjoy it so far. We played a few hours yesterday. And I'll be able to sneak in a short little stream today while we can. Maybe an hour or two, not too long, probably. Reaper's still working, but just for another hour and a half or so. And, but yeah, I figured I wanted to get a little bit more of this in. I was enjoying it. Maybe we can finish the first campaign city. The first campaign involves the first 50 days. Surviving 50 days with a good reputation, and it's more than one city. You start with one city and it's grown to 3 cities now, so I'm definitely curious of how it will kind of expand from there. So yeah, let's hop into it. Cool. There we go. We've already done the tutorial, so we got all that done. So we'll go ahead and hit I guess continue. Yeah, so we're just on an easy mode right now. The cities are pretty small, but yeah, I have 21 days to go as the CEO, but 10 buildings and 3 cities right now. Let me just make sure the UI is larger. Yeah, we have it at larger right now. It was nice to have it on a larger UI for me personally. Do I need a grid overlay? I'll leave it on. Yeah, it makes it easier to see the edges of the tile. Yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. Alright, and yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Let's see how it goes. I know last time I played this, there were some issues where... Oh, 20% discount on wind turbines. Nice. Offshore wind turbines are also available, even if you don't have enough influence points to unlock it. Nice. So that gives me some options. So one of the things that did happen was that some of these power lines went down, actually. Let's see. So I might have to, with more of this stuff going down, looks like they just threw me in. They didn't even let me like pause or anything. But I wonder if I can build yet another station. I need to build one down here, actually. And let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and build. If we have... We're able to put some offshore wind turbines. Might have to do regular turbines. But we kind of get into the area of the NIMBY stuff, where it might be a little too far. So it does make me wonder if I need to create... That's nice. I might have to create, I have to get into this area here. See how that works out. Create a substation. None of the people in our city have power. Could we get some power to the people? I'm working on it, lady. I'm working on it. Give me some time. Alright. Hey, PCQ. These people are already on me about getting these lines going. I'm working on it, lady. There we go. Use some lines there. There. And they're not happy. Low voltage line. Oh, yeah. This also happened. So this was going on earlier. Let me go ahead and build this while we got it. It's supposed to be 100%? Why is your power company's satisfaction 924? Alright, we're working on it, folks. Let me go ahead and wonder if I could build this here. Let's get rid of this one. Hey, I get a refund. That's cool. Let's get a basic substation here. Oh, this is bad. This is bad right now. a lot of stuff out. Let's try this again. All right. So throw that there. Throw this here. And all right. Thank you for pausing things for me while I fix this. But now I can at least look at chat. Oh, can I not build this? Oh, because this is broken right now. Okay. They need their Netflix and Hitachi ones. Craig Abbott's simulator. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, let's try this. So do that first. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Let's fix these. Repairing that. Let's see. I wonder what was going on with that. Like, was it just this station just completely got destroyed? Sure, you want to bulldoze that. Yes. Let's just get rid of that altogether. Let's see. I wonder if I could just do one a little further down. Not so close to them. Let's do this. So they've got a couple of things there. Go that way. Let's clear up some of this stuff. And connect some of these, connect some of these lines for folks. These are the low voltage ones, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's working again. This one's still broken. That one just needs to be repaired. Okay. So they're good there. These guys are powered. Okay, and I can probably power up these folks down here. There we go. So that should hopefully take off some of the burden for some of these folks here. The blood bank called in a few hours. The cooling unit will thaw fully and all the blood in the medical center will be little more than trash. I'm working on it, Mayor. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. Let's see. I've got that going. Got plenty there. There's a wind turbine is also down for maintenance. I think that's probably a big part of it. Oh, and then this is also down. Okay. Oops. What am I putting down? I see what broke here? What broke here? Okay, that broke. So that's going to be repaired. Okay. Let's see. That's going on. This was a huge issue there. So I wonder if I just need to... oh yeah, that's a lot of power going through. I wonder if I need to do more? Like if I need to just do something like that? Yeah, that kind of helps. Satisfaction, not good. Alright. There's those. That's getting repaired. Okay. Anything else I can do here? I don't think so. Who let Palpatine in the retirement home? Let's see. The medical clinic. Wind turbines. Okay. No, is this a medical clinic here? I think it was, right? That's a hospital, yeah. So what would be good is if I had... Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be good for now. Let's find out. Hopefully things are back online now. This group is not. They're not happy. Okay. Why aren't they happy? They're getting power. Okay. Satisfaction going up. Are they just not getting enough power? It's a little hard to tell here. Alright, they seem to be still unhappy. Yeah, the customer satisfaction. Were you providing a much better service to citizens of Vejle than to us? Are we second-class citizens? You guys are so small. Like you're like, what do you want? Use capacity. I'm not quite sure what they want. Let's see. They're getting power lines. I'm not quite sure what else they would prefer. I mean, do they want more power lines to their city? That's the only thing I could think of. It's like they want a Tesla coil. I mean, slash water tower. It's I'm not quite sure what they like. That one's weird to me, you know. I mean, they seem to be a little happier here, thankfully. But it does look like there are some people angry here. Uh-oh. 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 What's going on? Who that? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. There's definitely some stuff going on. I'm just like, what am I not repairing here? Am I not able to repair that? It's a little confusing. Or is it because one of these is offline? Like, I am seeing enough stuff. I mean, I guess what I could do is route another line down here. In case that works for them. That's strange. Okay. I'm not sure why I wasn't repairing. There we go. That's definitely frustrating. Okay. Well, satisfaction's a little better. Slash water tower, yeah. It does make me wonder, and thank you for that follow. I missed who that was. Brains, thank you so much for following and checking this out. They're just diving me right into this, you know, like, I have several cities here. This particular city is like very upset. This one's also upset. I probably just have to build more windmills and closer to the city, because it's probably just the amount of time that things are taking to get to them is probably the issue. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, we have the money, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, so we got some turbines up here. And the game Power Grid, it's a board game. You know, that sounds kind of familiar. But I don't think I've played it, no. Go ahead and place this guy over here. And we'll build this. And then we'll build this down here. Get to that, so that way they get some more power. And let's say we build a storage center as well for them to store some power. Let's see, do we want light ion? Good complement for renewable energy. Or medium discharge rate. Let's give this one a try. Alright. And this one will need this. And we might as well build it to there. I think that'll work. Yeah. I think that'll work. That way it'll power to this way if it needs to, but also power to there. Okay. And let's see, unpowered blocks. There's still an unpowered area here. Ah. I'm like missing a block here, aren't I? There we go. There we go. Let's see, and then, so we got those. It looks like some stuff is getting pulled from storage facilities, which is interesting. Let's see, what else? That's pulled that way. That one's pretty heavy. Yeah, I'm not sure why this one kept going out. Low voltage. Maybe it just needed more voltage? That's the only thing I can think of. But they're at least getting more from here now. Because this will cover the hospital. Lady or sir, person, it is midnight. You keep asking for more help. I'm not sure what you want. Let's see. Because I've got that for you. Unless they just want something more. More likely the cable is overpowered, more than 30. Yeah, that might be it. That's the only thing I could think of. I did add another line, so hopefully that will kind of take care of that. It's kind of, yeah, this is definitely looking a little wild here. What I can probably do, wonder if I can add another one right here, maybe to help with that. How are you doing, Brains? Hope you are well. Yeah, it's interesting to kind of learn a bit from the things happening. I figure stuff was probably getting overpowered. I'm a little confused by like how time, I mean, it seems like the only time to pause is really at the end of each day. I imagine there isn't really any other time to pause. All I've seen so far is just a fast forward and then a further fast forward. But they're complaining quite a bit. Let me see if maybe setting up a non-turbine situation will work for them. Like, doing fine. Good, good. Let's see. There's turbines. There's also diesel here. Perfect as a backup. Yeah, because we can't really put another thing around here. I mean, I guess I could add another. Could add another windmill here, actually. Just got here since you're the only one streaming this game. Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty interesting. I had never heard of it until the other day, and I was just like, oh, like, is this basically like SimCity? But it definitely seems a little different, and but good, in a good way, you know. Let's see. What the part that I get a little confused about is like understanding how these voltage lines connect. Like, if they're right next to each other, does that count? I just figure it's one of those things I just kind of learn as it goes. It doesn't seem to hurt me to have too many lines. It's just more, it's just money spent, right? So, okay. This is all coming from this guy. I probably just need to set up another substation. That's probably also part of it. Is that one? Current output, peak. Yeah, because I think the last one actually blew up. So, but it was smaller also. But I might need to just build another one. So let's go ahead and do that, just to kind of cover our bases. It's not super expensive. Get rid of that tree. Hey, AWZ. It was a conscious decision. Originally, time never stopped because I wanted it to be constantly active. The compromise was to have it pause at the end of the day so you could figure it out. Probably closer to Mini Metro. Yeah, that's a very good point. I was thinking about that when folks were kind of chatting about it yesterday. I was like, it's definitely different from other SimCity games because you're kind of focusing on this one thing, but because the city just grows on its own with the multiple cities, it's more of a puzzle game, but yeah, that's a great comparison to Mini Metro. And I did see that they had the option for the no pause, which I thought was great. So if you really want the full effect of the puzzle aspect of like growing and fixing things on the go, that would make a lot of sense. Mini Metro is a good game, by the way, if no one's played it. It feels very easy initially, and then it gets very wild very quickly. They're doing a little better now. Okay. Maybe with me setting up this one. See, this city likes me. This city's not happy with me as much. But hopefully with these new stations, these new turbines, that'll hopefully help with things. It's always the simple games that fool you. Exactly. Like on paper it seems simple, you know, and someone was asking how this compared to, you know, Skylines and such, and I was like, it seems simple, but I could definitely see how this gets much more complicated, much quicker. This is probably at full capacity because it's recharging that. Sometimes that gets a little scary looking when I see this. I'm just like, oh, that doesn't look like it should go up that high, but if it's also helping to, if it's being supplemented by these, then maybe it's okay. Oh, that's not looking so hot. Definitely looking a little scary. I wonder if I can just add another one here to distribute that. That seems to help. And then same thing from, looks like they're all coming from here. You're about to replace, do I want to do that? Maybe I'll do it from here, actually. Yes. Maybe that will help pull off that burden. There are leaderboards related to score, weekly challenges, similar to mini series. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be... It's a little scary for sure here. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and fix this. Ooh. Fix that, fix that. This guy's gonna get overpowered because of that. Okay. So I'll have to rethink how I have this all built out, because they're really overloading this section. Oh. You know, I've got some research going on, but that's a good reminder, because I should probably work on, yeah, definitely need that cable alloys, and I've gotten some, but yeah, that'll be a better one in addition to those high capacity lines. That should be useful later. Hopefully that'll kind of help take off that burden. Alright. Let's see, where does this go? I just connect that to nothing? Probably. Okay, well, Sunley 5 stars again. But yeah, I need to kind of rethink of how I want to do this. So let's see, so we got this big park being built. Let me see how I want to redo this situation, because this is getting really messy. I do like that they give you some money back when you redo some of these things. I was just curious, you ran across this game today, first time seeing it in action. Nice, nice. You heard Dayso cheats at video games. I mean, Lucat, you might have me there. No, I do not cheat at video games. But yeah, there are research points going on. You get one per day. So I built... get my tea here. There we go. There are research points each day, and it's definitely interesting where it's like, okay, I have to really rethink how much I want these power plants in these particular areas. Especially as the city grows. You know, I wasn't sure if the city would grow closer to the power plants, or if that's something I'm going to have to adjust with, right? You know, like, there is this kind of, this not in my backyard at a factor, you know, where the city doesn't want to live near these power plants, but these border lines are definitely getting closer and closer, right? So that makes me wonder of like, okay, what can I do about that? Maybe I can move some of these stations around. You hear Lucat makes the same lame joke all the time. It's okay, Lucat. There's nothing wrong with that. I still enjoy your company. I enjoy having you around. Congratulations on doing a good job on keeping the lights on so far. People seem to be really happy with the quality of service. You were so mad at me earlier. That's a little City Skylines esque. Yeah, yeah. I could see that. How do I want to do this? I might actually move one of these substations over here, or just build a substation here. That might be a better situation, because then that'll allow me to have turbines over here. So let me go ahead and do that. So here I have 2 local substations. Let's build one here. This would probably be a good location, actually. And should build more turbines. So let's try for that. I'm running out of money though. That's not a good sign. Let's try it. Okay. So there's those. Substation. Okay. So I could probably move some of these high voltage lines actually. Let's move some of these. So that way I can put down regular voltage lines a little easier. Let's have... yeah, let's have the high voltage ones up here. I think that would make more sense. Let's say something like this. And over here maybe? Oops. Oh, I have no money? I probably have no money for this. Oh, I don't have any money. That's okay. I will just build some more when I can. Yeah, in the meantime, let's see. I need... Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I need a regular line here. Let's try this. Let's try that. Too real. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I have $300. This is obviously not the most efficient use of my money so far, but maybe that will prevent the strain here, because that was a significant strain. And if I can kind of have people divert power or have an alternate here, I think that'll be really useful for them. So let's find out. They're just really soaking up power on this side of the city. So, but yeah, it seemed so simple to start with. I was like, yeah, 50 days, that's nothing. But the fact that another city is actually going to get built in 7 days, it's like, okay, I really have to get efficient with this, but I'm learning a lot. So far the generation capacity, 228. There's a demand trend, it's going to go up to 120. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. I'm definitely worried about this section still, but we'll keep an eye on it. Ha! Eye on it. Heh, get it? That would be a joke that they would make in this game. Cool. So the turbines is going to go down for maintenance. Alright, so they... Let's see, this one's fulfilling this area, this one's doing this side of the town. This one's not pulling anything, right? Yeah, because I have it not even connected to a turbine. That's right. That's right. Although, I was hoping that it would pull from one of these, maybe. But maybe it doesn't. Calendar in upper left, if your city is still going when the blue line reaches the end, does that mean you beat this map and go on to another one? You know, that is a good question. The current month and year progress bar indicates how long until next month comes along. Uh-oh, something's going on here. This is bad. Hopefully. These might pop here, if I'm not careful. Yep. I was worried about that. You need to get to 50 days to beat the map. Exactly. So I imagine I just have to have like a good, I can't repair these. I forgot. I have no money. This might be a thing where I might have to start the city over. I was just like, first 20 days, totally easy. But now all these cities are going to be like screwed for the rest of the day. I can't do any fixing, so I might as well just fast forward to the end of the day and get some money out of that. Alright, I made $41,000. Yeah, exactly. First playthrough, live and learn. Exactly. Okay. So, what I need to do, I wanted to build, let me finish doing this. That one actually gets power. And then what I want to do here also was to have power lines here. Okay, that's getting repaired. That's getting repaired. My niece called because she's getting tired from running the ventilators in the ICU with a hand crank. Power to the medical center is a priority, you know? Yes, I'm aware of this. Okay, so that's getting fixed. Okay. So these get repaired with a right click. Okay. And I would think that they're getting power, but they're probably talking about the medical center down here. I think that's a small factory. Look at those fireworks, man. Let's see. Where is the medical center? There. That's the museum. The pub. Another pub. Oh, it's probably this. Okay. I would think they'd be able to get some from here, but is that not the case? I see, it only funnels that far because they're just pulling from the closest one. Okay. Let's see. Alright, let's try... What else can I do here to make this a little better? I think that's all I can do. I funneled these two. I thought this would maybe connect, but I am curious if it didn't connect that way I thought it would. Let's try this again. Seemed to be about the same. Okay, this one's going to these two. This one's going... This should get to this one, I assume. We'll find out. Let's see what happens. Get those fixed and repaired, and okay. So now there is still one block that has no power. Okay, and that's just because of the power lines there. So far so good. Everyone's back to having power again. Yeah, if it gets below 50%, it's game over. I don't know if it dropped down that far. Maybe it was because one city was doing okay. Okay. There's that. This is 2 lines. I'm wondering if I can drop a... Let's see what our research facility has for us here. So we have ad campaigns, pollution filters. I wonder if this minimizes the NIMBY thing. It does, but that's just for gas and coal. And then we have a high capacity line, all power lines by 30%, but also triples their daily maintenance up to $3 per tile. More storage. 50% more expensive, but all other forms of storage 25% cheaper. Interesting. High performance, that's for solar. Careful expansion. Reduces NIMBY range of all level 2 and 3 upgraded power plants. You know, we haven't done that. I don't think we've upgraded our power plants. And that's only level 2 once you have 20 influence points. Okay, that's probably something down the line. That makes sense. Okay, so how are we doing with these guys now? These guys definitely still look strained. I was hoping that this would take off some of that strain, but it looks like it's just going to, I called it. Maybe that'll help. Nope, never mind. This one just keeps breaking. There's another one. Low voltage power line. There's definitely something I gotta do here. It's probably just me needing to build another substation over here or something. Ooh. Yeah, they're definitely just getting overpowered. Wonder about the map replayability, whether it spawns the same exact way every time. You know, and that is one of the things where I'm thinking about, like, if I do fail this, and I start from the beginning again, will the cities kind of do the same thing? You know, will they... Yep, that's just gonna keep doing that, isn't it? Oof. Yeah, that's gonna get overloaded now, too. So I've got to think about when I get this next batch of money, 51k. I gotta look at these power lines. I need to redo these. But yeah, I do wonder about that too. Like, do the cities end up growing in the same places? And yeah, I mean, the fact that this is just one point of a whole map, I don't think... Let me see if I can back out of this. When I go to... Let me see. I'll go to... Well, I don't want to do save and exit just yet because it's just going to start playing it for me. But when I first chose a city, they had like 3 different spots on a map, on a globe, and then quite a number of other ones that were locked. So there were quite a few from there. And I wonder if that they'll keep adding from that. But the fact that each of these maps, like you get several cities on it, you have different difficulty levels too, that you can play where it pauses at the end of each night, or you can have it keep going. I think they have 3 different difficulty levels, where you can... I think me playing on easy is probably minimal natural disasters. And then on the hardest, there's like lots of natural disasters. So I could definitely see some replayability in there, and just the puzzle aspect of like really adapting and building up your machines in the best way. So we already did... I thought we unlocked this one, did we not? Oh, we need to. Let's go ahead and do that. That should help things. Okay. Let's see. So one of the wind turbines is going to go down for maintenance. Let's see which one that one is. 7 days. 4 days. 6 hours. So it's this one. So this one will go ahead and perform the maintenance now. Right. And let's see. So I need to fix this mess here. This is pretty bad. Because these are all just coming from the same place. I should really create... No, I should really just create some from here. That would probably make a lot more sense if it's funneling that way. Does it even continue? Okay, there we go. That should help things. Let's see. How else can I do this? There's also lines on this side. So I could build something on this side, outside of the city walls. That might help as well. Because this was the heart of the city. And they're drawing in power. Let's see if I can... I'm trying to remember if it shows me. Yeah, like it shows me which ones and what their pathing is, which is pretty good. Like this one's like, okay, this pathing is going to go through to here. Because it's always looking for the closest one. So I wonder if I actually take this out and move one over here, if that might be better. Because I think naturally they're going to pull from the closest substation. And if I put some a little more balanced out, maybe that'll work better for me. So let's try that. So we got a wind turbine. Okay. If I destroy this one, I wonder... Let's see. So this one will cost 32,000, and then the substation costs 10. That's not too bad. So let's go ahead and build this. And then a substation. you know, the mini games spawn, the maps spawn differently. This is a more complicated game. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. Let's see. If I do something like these have to stay out of city lines. What if I do something like this and have line go from here? Okay. It's like, does this actually connect to this guy? Sometimes you can't really tell, you know? Okay, that seems to connect to there now. This will probably be hopefully better pathing. This one's still very close, so they're gonna just continue to pull in from that. Let me see. I probably don't need these eventually, but I wonder if I can remove this one. Let's see what happens. I'll get $75,000 because it was originally 10. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that. Okay. It's gonna keep pulling from that one, I think. Let's see. What about these? Oh, maybe I can do this. Maybe this will help. Yeah, I think this should help things, because it'll pull from here, and this pathing will be different. Oh, what a mess. But I will give this a try before I destroy any lines. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, so this is serving this area. That should definitely help things. This is still serving a lot. So I'll probably need to build another station, another substation, which I think would actually be a good idea. Like maybe one on this side. I do really like Mini Metro. I've played that a little bit, but oh man, it gets so hard so quickly. But I also just love the aesthetics of that game. It's just a lot of really nice to look at. Okay, so they're happy at heads, which is good. So far we're doing okay here. I don't see as much red. But we'll see once it gets to peak times of like this particular area that has me worried right here. It's already getting a little bad, but we also increased our research points for capacity, so hopefully that'll help. Okay, that's not too bad. It's getting there though. That might still blow with the way it's going. There we go. That feels very weird, but if it prevents that one from blowing up, I can deal with it. Don't mind all these power lines behind our house. Okay. So far so good. Okay. This is better. Definitely better. Okay, that's serving that. This one's just serving like it's like very small portions. But I think as this gets built, this will probably serve more areas. They really do stick to the closest substation thing, even though doesn't necessarily always make sense, but yeah, here like another little town, a little park popped up. Let's see, and this city's growing as well. This seems okay. This is supplementing that side. Alright, people are pretty happy. Good, nothing blew up. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Alright. Let's see, this one's outputting that much. Seems to be doing okay so far. This one's serving this area. Cool. Alright, and then one of these turbines is going to go down for repairs in 22 hours, so let's see if we can just have it do it now. That's the one, okay. Perform the maintenance now. Okay. Let's see how this works. I did see that they gave me access to offshore wind turbines, so I can actually place some here. But I am curious, I might wait until the new city is built. Because for instance, it would have been too far from this. I mean, I guess I could do it and have like high-powered lines connecting them, but I was a little wary of that. This one's doing all the work. Okay, so far so good. Okay, this is getting to about max output. Still going, huh? Okay, cool. Calming down. Yeah, I think if I move this one closer, maybe, that might help quite a bit. I think the fact that I chose to have it a little farther off might not have been the best option. So maybe after this particular day, I'll move it closer and maybe that'll help. Oh. You had me worried. Okay, these are doing all right. Cool. Doing good. Let's see. All right. What I might do is I might bring one of these further down. There's not a lot of reason for it to be up there. And it's still outside of city lines, so... Let's see, because if I put one down... Substation... Hey tree, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. I mean, they're still building things here, so I'm like, who knows, they might build more stuff here? Because this one's only serving, it's not, I'm like, is it serving anyone? There's a line that goes to it, but who's even using that power, you know? That one, yeah, it's not even pulling in anything. Just getting off work. I hope work's treating you alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and trash this one for now, and we'll move it a little closer. Possible people might complain about the not in my backyard thing, but I was like, but y'all keep complaining that you don't have any power. So let's try this. Okay. Yeah, that seems to help quite a bit. Hopefully that'll take off some of the strain, because it's getting stuff from a few different places. Yeah, okay. Maybe that will work. Alright, let's see how that works out. How's work treating you, Tree? I know you can't get into specifics, but hopefully it's calmed down, you know? Or is it never calm at work? Is it always a deadline? Is there always something going on? Okay, and we got some research points too. We don't have anything, it's only 2, but we'll see how we go. So that's looking good. These are all pulling different amounts of power. Customer satisfaction. Okay, that's good. So far so good. What does this say? Satisfaction reduced because of proximity to the wind turbines, the battery farm, and the basic substation. I mean, that's not my fault. You guys built right next to my substation. I mean, I guess that's why they give us a refund. Like, maybe the city is like, okay, thank you for moving it. We'll give you a bit of a refund for building that. So, I mean, that's really interesting to think about. Yeah, get ready for work. Alright, PCQ, thank you so much for coming on by. Have a good day at work. Be safe out there. You work in live ops, so it's always something, because we deal with patches, hackers. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Yesterday was so fun. We were checking out people that were live streaming, hacking the game, and who kept banning their accounts. To hear them get so angry and confused about how they kept getting caught was a lot of fun. Oh man, you get to be one of those. That's fun. That sounds fun. I mean, and I mean, can you imagine the other players who are thankful for that, right? They're just like, I'm so glad people are watching for that, you know, and I'm glad that the company's trying to make it a better experience for the active players. I think that's cool. That's great. Felt great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because we've all been on that side, right? Where we've seen hackers and are just like, that's so frustrating. They shouldn't be able to like play, and to know that the companies are actively doing stuff about it. That's awesome. See, like, you're just gonna build right here? Like, it's like, oh, there's a shopping street, but we're not happy because we're too close to the power plants. It's like, you know where my power plants are. Why would you build here? Alright, but that does give me some ideas of like, okay, well, how do I want to rearrange things? As things build around there, maybe it is a good idea for me to start thinking about the water turbines. So let's look into that actually. So they gave me access on this particular map to offshore wind turbines. Generates a lot of power. Gets up to 64 megawatts, which is great because these only are 25. So that'll be really nice to generate that much power. Let's see, $4 a month, $440 a day, 12 tiles, okay. It's like potential upgrade path. Yeah, need at least 20 before you're allowed to upgrade plants at this level. Okay. Okay, so let's see, offshore. And they don't take up a lot of room, which is nice. So I could put it kind of far away. I do wonder about where that new city is going to be built, because they haven't shown it to me yet, but I might as well build this because this will be useful for this area and the way it's growing, just to have extra substations and such. Alright, and then, so more substations. Hear them talk so much trash in the game, like they're so good, but then their hacking is mind-boggling. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Like, you catch those videos of people getting caught when they're hacking, and people will call them out for hacking, and they're like, I'm not hacking, but it's very obviously they are, because they're streaming it or they're doing something stupid like that, right? But yeah, it's outrageous. I don't understand people for them to go to those lengths, you know? It's wild. Alright, so let's build this over. We want it close enough where it'll help, but we don't want it so far or so close that we'll have to just rebuild it, you know? Let's see. Okay. Now that's powered. Cool. All right. And yeah, that should help things over here. And eventually we're gonna want to power this over to this side also. So I'll give it some thought of how I want to rearrange this. Maybe I'll feel differently once that new city's built. Okay. Nice. Down for maintenance, that's okay. And this one, yeah, that one's on, so. I do like that the amount of power that your windmills at least generate is based on the weather as well, because there was a period of time where the wind was under 19 miles per hour, I think, and that was causing them to also not generate enough power. Okay. So far so good on that. Ooh, this one's pumping out a lot, but... yeah, it's hard to tell, like, which turbine is fueling, like, which substation. You know, like, I do worry about this one, like, it's doing a lot, but maybe with these right next to it, it's fine. Yeah, it's a little hard to tell. But cool, I'm glad those lines are no longer overloaded, so that's doing well. But yeah, I wonder if I can start demolishing some of these. Or maybe some of these aren't quite as necessary. Welcome back, Techie. This one's definitely using as much as it can. Alright, let's build another wind turbine for this. Hopefully that'll help kind of offset. Yeah, it looks like that's helping. Using a bourbon Madagascar vanilla. Nice, nice. That sounds nice. So the city grows by itself and all you have to do is supply power. That is correct, Tree. So the cities... Oh, a new city is being built actually right now in 8 hours. So the cities kind of grow. Initially it was Vejle, I think. I don't actually know how to pronounce that, that city. But I think they only had like 11 units of these people. So I don't know if that's like 1100 or something like that. But now it's 74. And it tells me how many, I don't even think I realized that it shows how many megawatts it pulls in, which is good to know actually. And then, so I had that for a number of days. And then these other cities started popping up. This one popped up next and is very, very small. And that's grown. And then this one popped up as well. And so because of that, I have to start creating power plants to grow and supply those people with power and keep satisfaction ratings up. I have to do, for this particular campaign, I have to do 50 days and basically just survive 50 days. I think if this gets under 50%, 50% satisfaction, then it's game over. So as long as I can stay over 50% for 50 days, then it works. Yeah. Like it's definitely, we were kind of chatting earlier of like, it's one of those things where it seems really simple initially of, you know, of like, oh, all you're doing is supplying power to these places. That seems easy, but it's actually a little more complicated than that, you know, just like the fact that you can't control how the cities grow, and you know, you kind of have to try to build and figure that out as they grow, and I don't always know how they're going to grow. Like for instance, they were all here, and the closer they get to my power plants, the less satisfaction they have. But I can't control them building closer to my power plants. You know, they're just like these people, they're like, our satisfaction's reduced because of how close we are to your power plants. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to build there. But, you know, there they are. Yeah, and I wonder of like, if I have like power lines in the way, if that also causes issues. Of like, if that prevents things from being built. That's also interesting to me. Like, what if I destroy those and just built these kind of along the lines? Like, I'm curious about, like, if I adjust the power lines there, like, how will that impact... Ooh, that's not good. There we go. I was like, that's not going to be good. How does that impact the growth, right? Like, I had a bunch of power lines over these empty fields. Does that influence that? And I don't know if this was here before. It might have been. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and these new areas are getting built. And I want to create lines for them. Just so that they have power for as they grow. And it is cool to be able to like follow like where these areas are and like which substation they're going to. So it gives like, there's some information that they're giving you here to kind of get an idea of like, how are you separating out your power lines, you know, how is it useful for them? So very interesting. Yeah, it's like, it's strange that this park is pulling from this one, but I guess it's technically closer to this one than it is to this one. You live in California. You thought the power companies out there had like 0% satisfaction. That they do. But it's a monopoly, so there's nothing we can do about it. That's the honest truth. The sad and honest truth of it all. Alright. Let's see. This substation. Yeah, and there's like a thing being built here. They're getting supplied from there. This one's supplying power there. Yeah, so I could build another substation on this side, actually, if I wanted to. But I am very curious of where this new town will be. Like, what if it's over here? Or what if it's further down here? I feel like that will definitely impact what I decide to build. So let's see what happens, especially in these areas I took out, these power lines. I hope it'll be okay. Maya's visiting us. Hi, Maya. How are you doing, Maya? Sweet kitty. So one of these turbines is going to go down, but it's only for a few hours, so hopefully it'll be okay. I wasn't paying attention to which one it was. It's probably one of these, I assume. That was one of these. Okay, that should be alright. New city has been founded. Oh man, it's all the way up there? See, this is what I'm talking about. There was no way I would have imagined that would be all the way up there. Okay. Well then. You guys have no water up here, so it's not like I can build a off-water line. Yeah, I was just like, why would you build up there? Okay. Thankfully, there's a lot of hills, so I can build up here. It's just like, of all places, y'all. Come on. Of all places. Okay, let's build a substation for you. Alright, build these lines. And there we go. So they should now be fully powered. But it's just like... Yeah, I'm glad I didn't expand this area, because I was just like, that would have been a waste of money for the time being. But yeah, Vejle? Alright, these are doing okay so far. I'm glad that output is doing alright. Oh, they're building more over here. Nice, okay. And that's being supplemented. Okay, so this city is being handled by these two. That should be okay. This one... Alright, doing so good. So far so good. The efficiency ratings, that's always a little tough, but that's okay. That's understandable. 71k though. Okay. Are people fairly happy? Looks like these people are not so happy because they live right next to the power plants, but that's their fault. What I could probably do, it's like all these people who want to live on the hills, I guess, right? I can start to move these. It's just a little frustrating. I can probably move them closer to here. It's like, you're not going to be happy. Like, no matter where you are. I can probably move them closer to this section, looks like. and probably start building over here to funnel energy. I think that'll help a lot. Let's see. Is this one? Oh, there's something down here that doesn't have power. Ah, because I've been building this line here. Cool. Let's see, and how are they doing over here? They're building more lines. Okay, that all looks good. Oh man, is that a sports stadium? Oh geez. They're like, we're too close to the power plant. It's like, well, geez, man. Yeah, and they have like 81% satisfaction here because they're right next to the power station. Okay. 97%. Let's see, I'm just trying to think of the best way to get them power without it impacting their lives as much. Let's see, because they're just going to keep building here, it looks like. So the only things I can think of is to probably like build stuff around here. Or here, actually. This might also be a good place to just add more power stations. This might be a good spot, actually. Let's try that. Alright, and then power lines. Probably connect over here. Okay, so that'll help fill up that area. This one will kind of focus more on this town, which will be better. And this one's fine too. Okay, so hopefully this will take off some of the impact of this one. This one's doing all right. This one I can probably. I wonder if I can build one up here, but this line, it looks like they're just going to keep building up here to more power stations. Interesting. Yeah, and there's going to be another city built in 10 days. Let's see, alright, well let's at least get this turbine that's going to go offline. Let's get that under maintenance before I forget. Not that one. Not that one. 5 days. Which one is it? Is it this one? It's 48 hours. I definitely need to build another one up here, actually. Because that might hurt quite a bit. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is kind of nice. They have like a little thing where they show you of like how things connect in terms of like what kind of voltage lines you'll want to use. Okay, I'll worry about that next one. 10 days. Which one is it? 10 hours. Okay, here it is. Go ahead and get this one going. And let's see. Also gonna want a battery farm around here. Connecting this guy. My money. Connecting it to these stations because they will probably need it. Alright. Because this one could definitely generate a lot more power than it already is. Alright. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Ooh, these are generating a lot of power, actually. More than I expected. Is it because it's powering this? It might be because it's powering this. Okay. And, okay, we have 44,000. Let's go ahead and just play it out and see what happens. Oh. Uh-oh. Something happened down here. What happened? Oh, because this one went offline? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it should be up in a few hours. There we go. Okay. Looks like it's pulling power from that, which is not what I intended for it to do. I really wanted the power to come from here, because that one's not kept doing a lot, but it's a lesson learned in terms of like how far it is. Yeah, what I would love to see, because you can see the current if you click on the homes, but I don't see that when I'm looking at the power plants itself, and that would actually be really nice. It's nice to have the visual effect here. It's easier to see during night. Oh, is this why? This might be why. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, why is this not charging this? Okay, that helps. That's much better. Okay, this is getting strained quite a bit. So those all look okay. That looks fine. Okay, so the one I need to worry about is this one right here. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. Okay, it's a good thing I had those research points for those lines. Let's see. Makes power lines invulnerable to lightning bolts. Power line repairs take 25% less time. On-site storage. Nice. For solar plants. Let's see. Careful expansion. No. Okay. Uh-oh. Something up here. Doesn't have power. Oh, it's this. Okay. That's fine. That's easy. Okay, so I do have to kind of keep an eye on this one down here, because it's serving that whole area. I wonder if I can split it between these two. Maybe that'll be the best idea. Is there a funnel in there? Maybe if I do with this? Maybe that'll be a little more efficient. Yeah, hopefully that'll help take off that strain. Cool. Alright, let's see. One of these turbines is gonna go offline. Is it one of these? 10 days, 24 hours. Four days. I think it was one of these, right? 6 days. 8. 5. 1 hour. Okay, it's this one. Alright, and then let's see. I think we're good for now. Let's see how that works out. So far, so good. Things are manageable. It seemed like the only tense point we had was right here, so I'll keep an eye on that, but so far, so good. Not the prettiest looking thing, but at least we're surviving. Let's see, we've got, we're 32 days in. We need to get to 50 days to win this particular game. This first campaign for us. Cool. This seems to be better. Oh yeah, Tree, how was the bus yesterday? I saw that you were streaming the bus. I'm sorry I didn't get to make it in. We were out and about, so we weren't at a computer or anything like that. But hopefully it was good for you. Ooh, they're really pumping this out, aren't they? So Heads is happy. That's good. Cool. And this seems to be okay. This seems to be a little strained here, but I think that's to be expected. I wonder if I can build... I wonder if that would be useful, actually. It might be. Let's go ahead and build a line from there to there. Kind of spread out some of that, that power if they need it. Yeah, I think that'll help. It's good they made a few changes. Can't wait till they make more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, what happened? Oh, it might just be... It might just be thunder. Okay, because it's like thunderstorming. Okay. I was just like, did something go offline? But no. They have like the screen shake thing, which is like scary. It's always a little scary for me. I'm like, what was that noise? Alright, so that looks good. This is fulfilling those areas. Nice. Yes. Efficiency is at 5 stars, so it's really just people who decide to build right next to my facilities are mad. So I can at least adjust for that. But at least we've got the income going for it. You also started a playthrough of Cyberpunk, just trying to dial it in so not dropping frames. The graphics are crazy. That one's very intensive. That one's very, very intensive. And it's hard because it doesn't feel very optimized. I mean, maybe it's different now, right? Because so much time has passed, but definitely makes me wonder. Let's see, let me just make sure I'm not missing any important messages here. Let's see. Oh, some banana bread images. I see that. Looking good. Cool. Oh, and thank you so much for the likes and retweets, folks. I really appreciate you all spreading the word of my stream. You thought you would give it a go since you got it on sale. It's been a while. They said they made some changes. Yeah, I think it's good to approach it with an open mind. I mean, Reaper got it at launch, and it was definitely interesting to watch him play it. And yeah, I'd be interested to see him go back. He's playing a lot of Souls games right now. But, Tree, I'm pretty sure you played Sleeping Dogs, right? I think you played Sleeping Dogs. If you haven't, I definitely would recommend it. That one's really good. Like, I just really enjoyed, watching, Seth play Sleeping Dogs. I mean, I enjoy hearing, Chinese in a game. It's very rare. It's kind of like movies where you don't really get it. You play it twice on stream, Chibi translate it for you. That's what I would do for Seth, or I was just like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And there were some things I didn't understand. Like, my Chinese isn't that great, but it's still like fun to kind of play around with and listen to. That's great though. I'm glad Chibi interpreted some of that for you. I wonder if I can remove these now and build them here? Because now they have this road here. Yeah, maybe that'll be better. This one's a little messy here too. But maybe it's okay. This one's weird. This is very weird. Maybe I need to remove this, remove this line. It might cause a strain, but I'm kind of curious of what'll happen. Oh, that's not good. Let's fix this. Okay. Let's see how that works out for things. This is filling for here. It's going along these lines. Oh, there's no power line here. Just seeing like where these like missing power lines is really interesting to me. I mean, it's good. It like, you wouldn't think that it would be that helpful, but it is really helpful to kind of help disperse the electricity and just not have it all on one line. Okay, so far so good there. That's the only game you did two full playthroughs and the DLCs. That's awesome. I mean, it's such a good game, and I really wish that someone would pick it up to do more with that series, because it was just a lot of fun to watch. The characters were really interesting. It didn't feel tropey, you know, in the way that it could have been, which was also much appreciated. Alright, so I gotta figure out where to move these guys, because they're like literally building right next to these cities, and it's ridiculous. Let's see. So I think the best thing for me to do might be to build some substations on the side, maybe. Because this one's a battery farm, that's right. Yeah, they're like right in there. Okay, maybe I can build this one out a little further. Alright, let's build some of these a little further out. Although I could probably make use of this, honestly. Because we have these here. So let's say this gets moved further out. Let's say something like here, right? And then put this here. Nope. Let's see. Nice. And then run these power lines through. maybe demolish this here. That'll be quite a strain on this, I think. Okay. So this one's getting powered by this guy, so that's okay. These are gonna get powered by this. This one's gonna get powered by here. Okay. Let's see, and then this will get powered here. I wonder if I should have another substation actually. Like right here or something. Maybe I won't worry about that just yet. Just do regular power lines for now. This is getting fueled over here, okay. And there's this line that I can probably build out a little better. To you guys. Okay, that seems good. Alright, so this one, how's their 86%? They're feeling a lot better. Stadium. It's really just these people right here are probably the most upset because they're literally right next to it all. I'm like, what did you guys expect? Let's see. I'll have to think about it some more. But let's go ahead and... yeah, let's go ahead and push on and see what happens. We do have 7 research points actually. Large scale, flywheel and lithium are more expensive, but others are 25% cheaper. Solar farms, careful expansion, linesman training, lightning assessor. Do we have anything else I can use these for? Energy efficient PSAs. Oh, that might be good. Effects of high and low temperatures reduced by 25%. Residential buildings produce part of their own power, reducing their power demand by 10. These might be useful, actually. Let's go ahead and use some of these. This is just for solar power, though, it looks like. Well, actually, it says solar panels tax incentive, so I don't think that, yeah, I think that'll be just for any building. Nice, okay. Let's see how that works out. Okay, one of these is using, this is down for maintenance, that's expected. Okay, that's fine. I wonder where they're pulling the charge from. Is it from one of these? Oh, it is from one of these. Because this is, it's probably getting too much. Right, because this isn't put out enough. So it's probably pulling in from that. Nice, interesting. That makes a lot of sense. So instead of it like overloading this, it's pulling power from the reserves, which is actually pretty clever. I should definitely make more use of that. Like, don't be so scared of my reserve powers being used for the times of higher demand. Okay, looking pretty good. This is a little better than it was earlier. Having it split a little, I think, helped. It's kind of hard to see how this is highlighted. That's a small amount. This is more. This. What are you guys having for dinner? That's a really good question. I mean, I've been eating a lot of leftovers, which is fine. We have leftovers to eat. Oh yeah, Seth. We have leftover curry, so maybe curry. I'm okay with that. I'm always a big fan of curry. Let's see. Just want to make sure they didn't build extra roads without me knowing here. But so far so good. Yeah. But what are you having for dinner, Mr. Tree Fitty? Are you working on anything? Oh, 2 more things here. Okay. It's definitely pulling in more, but that's okay. This is also, is this supplementing any of these for them? It is, okay. Supplementing part of this, so it's good to know. Uh-oh, something down here doesn't have power. Why doesn't that have power? Oh, just because you built this and expected me to build a line there? Alright, let's see. There we go. I should have power, I believe. Oh no, it doesn't have any power. Okay, and that can connect to here. Alright. That's strange. I guess this is technically closer. I mean, that's okay. This is kind of trying to cover some more bases there. Chicken, cabbage, carrot, and raisin salad. That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Okay. So new city is going to be built in 7 days. How are you doing on this? 34 days. Turbines going to go down for maintenance. Okay, so what I really need to do is figure out how to split this so that this is not so impacted. So what I could probably do is have more... I could probably build like a whole bunch of stuff here, maybe, to connect. And also here. I think that's probably the best solution. To not encroach on people where they want to live. Looks like I can build over here as well. Alright, and let's see, maybe I can connect this one also to this one. Or just that? Yeah, that'll be good. Then it has an alternate source that's pulling from. And let's go ahead and remove one of these. A little scary, but I'll go ahead and do that. Give us $24,000 back. I think that's a good idea. Okay. And then let's build some substations And oops. Well, whatever. It's not really what I want to do there, but it's okay. There, and there, and there. And hopefully that'll connect as it needs to. Let's see. Remove some more of these. Let's see. So we built that one. Let's go ahead and remove this one here. And let's see how we want to do this. Got that. And this one. To there. I don't even know why I built that line right there. Doesn't make any sense. You just had some rutabaga and turnips earlier. Oh wow. Oh wow. Some butter and salt. Nice. That sounds nice. Okay. So now, let's see. It's gonna pull from there. So they're all gonna pull from that station for whatever reason. Oh, right, because they don't have a connection to this one. Still technically closer, I believe, for them. It's going to put a lot of load on them there to do all that. Let's see. This takes care of those. Wonder if I can put a line like here. If that'll still only serve a very small amount. Yeah, it's still going to that one. I wonder if I move this one out. Let's go ahead and move this one out. I'm doing a lot here, so it's a little scary actually. I do that. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. These don't need to be here. What does need to be here is this. And that looks okay too. Alright. There's those. That's connecting to that one. This one's connecting to those. Okay. So that allows some distribution. This is handling all that. So what's this one connecting to? Okay. I'm not sure how well this will work, but we will find out. This might go bad. This might go really bad. Root veggies are definitely good for you, yes. Very cold, so power lines, but low loads are vulnerable to ice formations. Oh, I did kind of see that over here, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and use this, just to, because now we're getting into the winter years, or winter months rather. Let's see how this works for these areas. Power line has failed due to ice formation. Oh. Fixing you. But that's good to be aware of, that can be a thing. Yeah, this is supplementing a much bigger area than probably intended initially. So far, so good. This one's a little worrisome, but not too bad. Not red. Looks like they're expanding here. I'll go ahead and help them with that. This one, they're definitely putting out plenty. I should probably build them another turbine, actually, to help with that. Alright. This one's doing just fine. There's one area without power. Why? Oh, I see. I see now. They've expanded that area without me realizing. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. That managed alright. This one's a little worrisome here. This one supplements quite a number of areas. But maybe it'll be okay. It's definitely pulling in power where it can. Let's see. But so far so good. I think I'm pretty happy with how it's expanding so far. Looks like Laugo is going this way. But hopefully these folks are a little happier. It's a satisfaction reduced because of the turbines, but you know, they just keep moving over here. 4% higher power usage due to cold weather. Alright, So yeah, I'll eventually have to move these over somewhere else. I probably could do that this time around. Let me see. Because they're all pulling power from these other areas, right? So. And turbines. Oops. Oops. So hard to see sometimes. Smash. Let's see what else we got here. Could probably build another one. And remove these. Alright, now we gotta figure out how to power these guys. These are pulling power from here. These guys need power. Let's see. This way. All right. It was definitely a mess, but hopefully that's enough. Oh, Bulbasaur. Hi. Oh, you want to say hi to the chat? Bulba. Hey, Bulbasaur. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hey, Reaper. How's it going? Good. How are dishes?
Cleaned and cleared and under control.
Nice. Oh, Party Cat and Maya are here. Hi, Party Cat and Maya. Alright, Bulba, you're taking up some keyboard space here. But it's good to see you. Mwah. Little Bulba. Hi. It's good. It's good. It's under control. It was very out of control to start with, but much more under control now, which is good. Yeah. But yeah, let's see, what can I do here? Yeah, otherwise, let's see, other than that, yeah, True was just asking what we were gonna have for dinner.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was like, that's a good question. I don't know what we're having for dinner.
It's National Pizza Day.
It's National Pizza Day. Is it now? It is National Pizza Day. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot can happen for National Pizza Day.
Yep.
I don't know if I want pizza though. Don't know if I want pizza. Yeah. You good?
Yeah, are you good?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
I knock it out of place?
No, you're good. Just want to make sure you're okay. Let's see, alright. So much money to build these power lines. Okay, there we go. Build a power line here. You able to get comfy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Alright, so hopefully that should help get some energy to people. Let's also do this so that this thing actually gets recharged. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Anything else I can do? No, I think that's good. Okay. Let's see how that works out. So far so good. Yeah. We're managing. Looks like there's some power lines here that need to get built. Right, so far so good. Some random lines here that I don't need anymore. Same thing with this. And here. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no, where did that happen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Downed power line. Oh, it's a tree.
Neo Reaper _ gifted a tier 1 sub to
Aw.
Tree Footy Gaming.
Thank
They
you.
have given 22 gift subs in the channel.
Oh man, 22 gift subs. Thank you so much, Reaper. Much appreciated. Very sweet of you. Oh. Let's see. Okay, we could probably do...
Tiki says Maya's helping you.
Maya's helping me? Aw. Mm. Aw. Aw. That's so cute. I love it. You gonna get it, Maya? You gonna get it? Oh. I see Maya trying to talk too. She says hello. Hi, Maya. So sweet. She walks all over my keyboard. So sweet. I love. I love it. So sweet. Sweet kitties. Okay. Uh-oh. Someone decided to follow my lead.
Sweet Tenny.
Some sweet tea. I'm getting a little snacky though. I am getting that. Oh, Kami! Hi! Hey, Ro! Teki might have to mute, or I'm gonna mute for a moment while I have some of these pork rinds. Hi, Okami, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm gonna mute just a moment while I do this. Thank you all. Sure, please. I know, I wish. At National Pizza Day, I mean, like, who even comes up with these, like, National Pizza Days? Or National Food Days? I think they're just made up, right? Some company just declares that it is a thing. And then, yeah, that's just how it is. You love the skins, the the bacon it's hot and spicy or bomb. Oh, let's see. Big old bag for only $2. Oh man. Pork rinds are great. Pringles are pretty good. Social media, exactly, the evil. I'm a big fan of pork rinds. These are okay. These are like a little too healthy-ish because you don't get enough of the... I feel like it's too airy, and I want more of like the dense pork skin flavor, and like these are almost like little pillows. So I don't know if it's because they're baked and you don't get as much of like the oil and such or something, but they're pretty good. You can't go healthy with skins. It's true, you can't. But yeah, I want them like a little thicker. Like I'll show you. I won't bite these for sake of techie. Yeah, this bag was. We've had other bags from them before. Let me see. Let me find some examples. Yeah, it is gonna chroma. So like, oh yeah, it's totally chromed, but it's fine. But you can kind of get a sense of like the thickness. But like the thickness that we like is a little thinner. And so it's like, some are just like super, super puffy. And so they don't really taste like anything. And then some are like a little thinner. So I don't know. It's nice to have them a little like thinner and not so airy. Having them like that puffy, you don't really get the flavor. Green skin rinds. Alright, I'm gonna crunch these. Hold on. All right, thank you. All right. So we're doing pretty well. We're at day 36. I'm trying to think of what we started at. I think we were like at 20 days or something like that. So we're doing pretty well. We're gonna have a new city built in 5 days. So we'll see what happens there, but so far so good. They're just saying my efficiency isn't great, which is totally understandable. There are definitely some areas here where I'm just like, oh, not good. They'll probably clear up some of these so that they don't cause power issues. What is going on down here? I don't even know. Oh, this might become a road. I'll see how that works out. This goes nowhere, so let's also get rid of these. Because a town might grow there. These did... Oh, maybe I'll have these connect to this one? I don't know if it's necessary, though. I don't know if it's necessary at this time. Yeah. So what is this one even going to? It's not going anywhere, right? It's not going to this one. I can get it to do that. So let's see. Let's do this. Okay, that should work a little better. All right. Let's see. Seth's stealing the rinds. That's okay. You do that. Let's see. This, I will see how these roads build. Okay. There's definitely a drain here, but I will let it do its thing. These could probably connect out. I will think about it some more. Let's continue on. Aw, Reaper, thank you. Thank you so much for that gift sub to Okami. I hope Okami's doing well.
New Reaper _ gifted a tier 1 sub to Shadow Oak Mix. They have given 23 gift subs in the channel.
Shadow Comics. That Comics, though. Excellent. Yeah, Reaper's so kind. Giving out them subby subs. That's all connected there. Okay. These are working overtime. Putting out the electricity to these two, looks like. Is it because this one's still charging? No. This should be able to pull into this, I would hope. These are definitely getting used quite a bit, though. Maybe I'll build another one. It's growing. They are growing. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, because this is pulling in quite a bit. This is pulling in quite a bit, so yeah, it's probably for the best. Okay. What are the stats for some of these other ones? Okay. I forgot that I can actually look at the stats for these, which is nice. Clean ferries. Due to environmental concerns, a new facility to develop and test electric ships will be built in the outskirts of Lago. This new building will demand lots of power, but also will bring us high profits. This building needs to be fed directly with a high voltage line. Huh. Alright. Where's that gonna be at? The E-ferry terminal will be built close to Lago soon. Huh, cool. Alright. Close to Lago, so probably something around here, I bet. How are we doing with everything? So far so good. Nice, made 100K that day, very nice. What you're feeling like? I don't know. I mean, sushi sounds good. But I don't know if you want to save that for another day this week, like going out for sushi. I mean, we got curry, leftovers. I don't know. What do you feel like? We'll have to go out and get some burgers at some point, but we could do that next week when I'm at work. I don't know. I'm also a little cold. I'm like, do I have any of my hoodies around here? I don't think I have any of my hoodies. I know, right? I thought I had one. Is there one right behind the screen? I might have like a sweater right behind the screen, like in the box. Is there anything down there? Huh, I wonder. I just assumed I threw it back there. Maybe. Yeah, can you just grab me a hoodie or like a light jacket? Alright. Let's see. So far so good in this town. These all look fine. Oh, this needs a line there. Maybe that'll be a little more useful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty open. Let's see, what else sounds good? I don't know. You have any preferences or any thoughts? Because right now we have leftover spaghetti and leftover curry in the fridge. You're taking a look? Alright, sounds good. Let's see what they got here. That all looks okay so far. Oh, they're building more roads down here. So let's go ahead and grab that. Yeah, it's really interesting to see these kind of spaces grow and have green space in them and everything. But, yeah, okay. See how that works out. You got level 60 on Blue Mage? Nice. Congratulations. Alright. Efficient appliances. Don't have enough for that. Emergency generators. Imagine I have to unlock these in order, right? Add campaigns, research agreement. Oh. Lose research points now in exchange for having 50% probability of getting 2 research points instead of 1 at the end of each day. Interesting. Dynamic pricing. Industrial and commercial buildings pay an extra $1 per megawatt. Huh. Huh. Alright, they're gonna build a ferry terminal soon. In 23 hours. Greek food sounds okay. Sounds okay. I mean, there's always Euro pizzas, right? Is a compromise. You would love some Greek meat right now. I bet you would. I bet you would. Is this the ferry building? Oh, it's a good thing it's right next to the wind turbine and literally right next to my high power voltage line, so I can't be upset there. That works. I don't even have to do anything. Easy peasy. They said it would be close to Lagos. I was like, it's much closer to Vejle. They're like, satisfaction reduced because of proximity to the wind turbine. I was like, oh my god, please. Please. Alright. So far so good. This one's just kind of the worrisome one right here. We could probably create another line for that. Here, and maybe remove these. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that seemed to help alleviate that a little bit. This is quite a bit of traffic right there too. Hawaiian sounds good. We haven't had Hawaiian in a long time. That's also true. I don't know if that would be too close to curry. I think it really depends on what we get, for sure. But yeah, I know we haven't done like any sort of like barbecue thing in a while. Kahlua pork, yeah. But kahlua pork's one of those things where we can also make it ourselves. But I know you also like macaroni salad and like the other stuff that also can go with those things. Some of the other meats are good too. I worry how much it might be. Spam with Subies, yeah, that's true. I do worry about how much it would be, but you could check, by all means. By all means. What are these doing? I'm pretty much running at full capacity. I see, because it kind of requires that. But there isn't a lot of other space for me to put another turbine there. I guess there technically is. Could put another one right here, I think so. Foundation on uneven terrain. Oh, I see. Interesting. Like, it actually costs more if it's on uneven terrain. That's really good to know, actually. I had no idea. Like, on regular terrain it's fine, but kind of having it on uneven terrain, you have to do the demolition, which makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do it. And then draw some power this way. Okay. That should hopefully alleviate some of that strain. Between all of them. Okay. Let's see. New city being built in 3 days. The offshore wind turbines going down for maintenance. 24 hours. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, I got some research points too. Anything might be useful here. Lightning. Ad campaigns. Dynamic pricing. Medical buildings don't affect customer satisfaction negatively as quickly when they're underpowered. Huh. Public relations sounds pretty interesting, actually. Let's go for... Yeah, let's go for the ad campaigns. We're doing fine with our satisfaction, but I'm kind of curious about the other items in that tree. So we'll give that a shot. And let's see... Oh yeah, I was thinking about building another turbine. Hey Gordux, hey Cassie, it's good to see you both. Hope you're well. Let's see, alright. Right. And this can get powered over here. How'd you feel about the Kirby news, Gordex? This game's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely, you know, talking to more people about it. It's you know, people have really helped in helping me kind of describe it, because I'm like, it's kind of like SimCity, but not, you know, and I was just like, well, it's kind of like SimCity if you didn't have to control everything else, like you don't build the city. But that almost kind of felt like I was doing it a disservice, you know, by saying that it was like SimCity but less. And I don't think it's less. I think it's just more of a focus on the complexities of running a business and maintenance of equipment and making sure you have like backup generators or safety fallbacks, and kind of adapting to what the city wants. Where since I don't build the cities, they start approaching my power plants, and then I have to consider like moving my power plants, you know, or leaving them there for the sake of efficiency, but at the risk of customer satisfaction. And someone had kind of mentioned that it's similar to Mini Metro in that way of, you know, all these things are happening and you just kind of have to adapt to it. Whether you are able to adapt to it or not, you know, that's up to you. But and that's kind of how you win the game, is like you survive a certain number of days, without losing all customer satisfaction. So. Full mouth mode is weird. It's already a meme on Twitter. It very much is. I've seen the car memes and the vending machine memes. So. But yeah, so far this game's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. You know, like I feel like I've only seen a very small portion of it. You know, we're only playing on easy mode, and this is the first campaign so far. But there's more cities, and more equipment that I haven't even used yet, and other difficulties as well. But just even on a easy difficulty, like, it's pretty good, you know, like we're 38 days into a 50-day campaign right now, and I'm learning a lot, for sure. So far so good, yeah. This other city just got built. All right, nice. Let's see, these are putting out a lot of energy. Let me see if I can help with that, with this wind turbine here. Maybe that'll help alleviate things. And it's interesting to see the roads get built, you know, like they just kind of pop up when I'm not paying attention. So that's been really interesting too. I'm just like, where are you going? Where's that road going to? Like, do the cities end up connecting to each other? If so, that's pretty cool too. Yeah, there's another road I haven't seen. Alright, that one's down for maintenance. They're like, your substation's way too close. It's like, well, what do you expect? It's a chemical plant. Alright. I could probably build a substation over here. That might be a better situation. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe they'll be happier. And we'll get rid of this one. And, let's see. Do this. Okay. We can remove some of these that we don't need. I wish I got money back from those, but it is what it is. And it is interesting how I can actually spend money getting rid of trees near the power lines, because when there's like a storm or something, occasionally things will get knocked down into my power lines and cause damage. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Like I can pay to demolish certain things that have damaged my power lines. So that was pretty cool too, to see little bits like that. Okay, so this looks okay to me so far. Cool, alright. See how this works out for us. This one's fueling quite a bit of the city. I don't know how much more I can do to assist with that. This bread, oh man. That banana bread though, I bet. I bet. Let's see, and is this? This is a substation there. I feel like if I can use... Okay, this one's already connecting to this, so that should help a lot. Okay. I think it's just some overload on this. Settings. Turn off automatically, turn on automatically. Overload policy. Shut down for an hour. Nice, okay. Interesting. Yeah, there's like a lot of like little settings you can do where you can also save yourself some money with some things, which is pretty cool. And just looking at the efficiency of things. How's this one doing? It's really getting close to its maximum. A little scary. Maximum output, I mean... Should be okay, but yeah, this seems like a lot. Scrumptulescent. Too funny. Just trying to think of what's the best situation for here. Like, would it be useful to have another one right next to this? Could do that and see what happens. Let's go ahead and do that and see what happens. And let's see. Some of these guys are here. Okay. Let's see what happens. So far so good. Nice. What's our research points looking like? Dynamic pricing? Yeah, let's go ahead and use that. %. Satisfied. There's probably someone mad because they built too close to a substation. Hey, look at that stadium go. Alright, what I can probably do... Let me go ahead and remove this one. Hopefully you guys are happier now, because you're not right next to a turbine. Alright, they seem to be happier now. Looks like Kahlua pork plate's going for $16. $7 for spam masubis. It does sound like they maybe raised their price. Like, I feel like maybe it was like $6 before, but I might just be imagining that. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, we can do it. Yeah, I know we haven't had spam masubi in a bit. Okay, efficiency, NIMBY rating. I think there's still someone who's like annoyed about how close I am to certain places. Oh yeah, this this park would be very annoyed. Okay, so maybe we'll start moving some stuff around because we can afford it at this point. Let's see. So there's another wind turbine that needs to go. I wonder if they tell you which one it is. Oh, they kind of do. Maybe they do. Well, that's cool. That at least helps me figure out which one they're talking about. Well, it's none of those. Is it this one? Why would you point me to this one to either of these if it's neither of these? Huh, weird. Wind turbine down. Maintenance. On. Huh. Maybe it doesn't actually tell me. You're down? Alright, yeah. Let's do it then. 27 hours. That's the 27 hours, but where's the other one? 4 days. 5. 4 days. Is that one of these? 12 hours, okay. That's a little frustrating where I'll click on this and it doesn't actually take me to the particular one that needs it. So that's a little frustrating. Even that doesn't quite match with what they were saying. Let's see, so let's do that. They make it sound like it's one of these, but oh yeah, it was. I guess it was this one. I don't know why it was giving me issues trying to find this. I guess it was accidentally clicking on the wrong one, perhaps? Because they are both saying, like, yeah, it is this one. It just wasn't giving me the correct settings page, I suppose, so, okay. Alright, so that one's good. Let's see. New city being built in 8 hours. Okay, I gotta watch out for that. That'll be big. Let's see. Okay, that should alleviate some things too. This one's still a little weird. Let's do that. Hopefully that'll help. Okay, and then I'll take a look at the menu. Reaper, if you wanna just message me which restaurant or like a link to their menu. I can pick out a few things. If you haven't already. Oh, okay, from Ono, okay. These gifts, please. Oh man, I do love butter on a banana bread. That looks great. But oh, Maya, you're so cute. You're so cute trying to help. I love this little video. Alright, let me see. So, Ono, Hawaiian menu. Don't mind me, folks, while I take a little look at what I want to order. Let's see. Looks like they added some stuff. Some of these I had not seen before. Like a banana cake, that sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. So good. So are we getting a family meal or what? It's an option. Or are we just doing separate things? Are you doing an aloha plate? Or you want to do family option?
Let's do a plate, but
let me see. Yeah, probably not. I mean, I don't think do the aloha plates come with musubi? No, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let me see what the family plates look like. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Family meal. Between 1 and 3 items. Needs 4. So I do have the short ribs and the clue of pork. I don't know what items you were thinking of getting. Nice. I was just looking at the kalbi. The short ribs also look good. But I know that's also feeding four people. Maybe that might be too much. Alright, so let me look at the... True. I mean, they have the ones that you can do like 2 items or something, I think, so let me see. Let me see what the aloha plate looks like. So yeah, you could do up to 2 items. But yeah, I don't think it actually has kalbi as an option. Maybe that was the thing. Yeah, that was the thing. Okay, so maybe appetizers and sides. Just kalbi is $15.99. You're gonna go watch a Warriors games. Alright, Tree. Enjoy the game. I hope the Warriors play well. Let's see. Oh, I see. I can do... I got it. I could do like a short rib meal. Oh, I also got we got plates down here. Flua combo, grilled spam and eggs, nice. I'm like, do I get 2 meals? Because I don't think I could just order the meat on the side, can you? Do they have that option? I just see the musubi on the side. Yeah, basically 2 meals. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that too. I was like, yeah, they have like the mixes. Right, but I mean, they don't, but the Kelby isn't one of the options. That was the issue, yeah. Yeah, so I think the best option... I could probably just do 2 meals. I mean, I would definitely eat the leftovers, so let me go ahead and get a Kahlua pork meal and the Hawaiian barbecue mix. I'll get the Kahlua pork meal and the Hawaiian barbecue mix. Turbines, new city being built in 8 hours. Yes. Let's see about these roads. So far so good there. How many is in order? Might as well get 2. I have a feeling we'll like eat 1 each and we're just like, need more. That's it. That's all I can think of, unless you add anything else. I don't know if their shrimp is any good, but not a big deal. Let's see how this works. A new city is going to get built too, so that'll in a few hours. I'm curious where that will pop up. At least I got the money for it, so. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Oh, jeez. You're so far. You're so far from everyone else. Why would you do that? Alright. Like, there's no way I can put, like, a wind turbine here. So I'm either gonna have to, like, do a really long line which is an option. I was just like, yo, really? Okay, so we could do this. We can set up a substation near y'all. Huge. Huge thing there. Okay. Do you have power now? One of you guys just not have power. Did I screw something up? Group order deal? Oh, nice. For me to add my own. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's try this again. Let's try this. In case they need extra power. Nice, okay. Sounds good. They got power. They're holding up. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Beep beep. Why I suddenly have Jurassic Park stuck in my head, but there it is. Yeah, that's the next logical step after this game, right? Alright, so yeah, you put your Kahlua pork in there. Get that, katsu barbecue beef. No chicken. Or teriyaki chicken. Sounds pretty good, actually. Let me see what their difference is between their teriyaki chicken and their barbecue chicken is. Let's see. Hawaiian barbecue chicken and then the teriyaki. Looks like they cut it up a little and there's like a sauce. Grilled boneless chicken versus grilled boneless, skinless marinade, and barbecue sauce. Let's go with the teriyaki. Give it a try. Alright. Sounds good. And then... Oh, you got that shrimp? I was looking at that shrimp. Yeah. Looking at that shrimp. And then also a Kahlua pork. Yeah, Kahlua pork mix. If I want anything to drink. This is make it a combo. Oh, I see. You can add a drink. $5.49. Oh, and you get a side too. Oh, that's interesting. So what are their sides? That's not a bad deal. I wonder if adding a musubi. Select drink flavor upon pickup, huh? Oh, you can't pick a musubi. It's only crab rangoon, more mac salad. Okay, I was gonna say. Okay, never mind. Hey Havoc, how's it going? Sorry, I'm just off on another screen trying to pick out what I want for dinner tonight. This puppy better be glad he's cute. Oh, is Cooper being a terror? How you doing, Havoc? I hope you're well. Were you watching the Warriors game? Tree was here earlier, and he just mentioned they went off to go see the Warriors game. So, let's see, which turbine is it? This one? All right, let's go ahead and have you go ahead and do your thing, and let's see what happens. That one's holding up. Doing okay, playing some Lost Ark. Yeah, we've had a few friends ask about it. What do you think so far of it? And I don't know anything about it. Is it like free to play? It looks like it's like a MMO, right? From what I know, which is not very much. I do not know very much about it at all. Oh yeah, that's one of the battery farms, so we can actually probably move that battery farm out. It's pretty good. We'll be free to play on the 11th. It's like Diablo and Path of Exile. Okay, so multiplayer, but more combat situated. Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm down for that. That will take care of like the additional fees and how they upcharge. Nice. The controls and layout are a little wonky, so you really need to remap things to your liking. Oh. I wondered about that, because I think that one it's not American made, right? I think it might be Chinese developers. Sometimes I wonder about like different developers in different countries and like kind of what controls they're used to using maybe for their games. So, correct, yeah. It's really beautiful. Yeah. I've heard about that. Like when I took a glimpse at it, I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of like Black Desert Online and like some other games that are more with Asian developers, and just kind of the aesthetic that they go for. It's really pretty, and it makes me wonder like how well it'll hold up. So, but that's great. Let's see. Let's try this and go here and here. Maybe spread out those lines for them a little bit. You finally watched a Nintendo Direct? Very excited. Nice, Cassie. What about the Direct appealed to you? Did you find any? I know they showed the Kirby game. This is what a mess that is. But it works. You weren't too late. Sometimes it takes me like a day or more to get around to watching the Direct, so you got in there when you did. Oh, hey, nice. The NIMBY rating. Oh, right, because that one apartment complex, but not bad. Let me go ahead and finish building this one. Maybe that'll help things, and I'll go ahead and trash these. I don't like this one over here, so. Okay. Ooh, it does put a little strain on that, though. Maybe this is better. Split that a little. Let's see. This one's a little wonky, but it is what it is. Let's see. Kirby, Splatoon, Mario Kart. Yeah. I could totally understand that. Yeah, I never played Splatoon. Seeing that on the Direct looked pretty interesting though, because I was like, oh, are you not playing against other characters? Is this more like your team against the computer? Which, if it is, I could see the appeal of that. Like, it's almost like other shooting games, right? Where you have an objective of like a boss to beat together or something like that, you know? If that's the case, I could see that kind of widening the appeal of Splatoon. I'm not always into the the battle against other people sort of thing. Not really my thing. Let's see. So a new city gonna be built in 9 days. Who knows where that'll be? But so far so good on all these. Oh, looks like they're just putting a random road right into my. Like, what even is this? What is this road? Like, they're just like, hey, don't you want to drive up to the windmills? I was like, no. Like, those are my windmills. What are you doing? Okay, I gotta move this, farm. This, battery farm, I think. It's not a huge issue. I mean, we haven't really relied on it too much, so I wonder if I could just get rid of it and see if we need it, you know? Because that connects to... What even does that connect to? It connects to these two. Those have a thing. It probably connects to this one. Okay, so it covers those 3. I don't think it covers this one, but that's not such an issue. Like, this is connected to the wind turbines and plenty of other guys here. So I feel like this should be good without it. So let's see how that works out. Splatoon's still like almost 50 bucks or so. You'll have to save for new DLC on carts. Well, Cassie, if you're on, are you on Fizzy's expansion pack? Are you on the family deal with Fizzy? If so, you're fine. Because they say it's free. It's free for anyone who has the expansion pack already. For Nintendo Switch Online. Oh, you're not? Okay. I thought maybe you were. So. I just assumed you were, because I know we had kind of talked about it. You weren't able to pitch in at the time. Ah, that's understandable. Maybe in the future too. I mean, because it's supposed to be running through 2023, but also like sometimes you just want to. It's like just pay to own it, you know. So that would be totally understandable as well. It's like just pay it all at once and just get it over with. Probably run a thing here just in case. Make sure those are connected. Cool. So far so good. Nope. Looks like they're building out this way. Give them that. Huh. Interesting how there's like a bit of a strain on this one. Where they're pretty much putting out max output. I wonder if I can connect these to help with that. Maybe that'll help. Because this is serving quite a big portion. Yeah, it's like serving almost at max. Because they're definitely at peaking around almost at 50, and this one goes up to 50. And thankfully there's this guy too that helps, but I wonder if I'll just need to build another one actually. I think I might have to. That would probably make the most sense to build another one. Down here somewhere. Or even connecting this to this one. Maybe that'll be useful. I don't know. It's hard to say. Uh-oh. What happened over here? Oh, I see. I was like, when did you guys build all these roads? Like, these roads are built going so fast. It's not expecting it. What's for dinner? You want a big old fat burger, or you might make breakfast. You bought hash browns, nice. Asher wasn't here to tell me it's too late for breakfast. Hey, you can eat breakfast anytime you like. We're a big fan of breakfast. Seth made hash browns for me the other day, so I can attest to breakfast anytime. You do what you like. You do what you want. Let's see. It's like this one's not really helping with anything else right now. Interesting, okay. Satisfaction reduced because they're right next to the wind turbines. Well, yeah, that would do it. I don't know what you expected, but we're still at 100%, so I can't really complain about how we're doing. Doing pretty good. All right, we only got 7 more days, so let's go ahead and push on. Maybe we'll be able to finish out this campaign by the time dinner gets here, so we'll see. That would be nice. We got some research points too. We got emergency generators and lobbying. That's just medical buildings, smart meters. This is like a good way to like make more money essentially. Land leasing allows you to place buildings and high voltage power lines within city limits, paying very costly land rates. Wow. Home battery backup. Residential buildings don't affect customer satisfaction negatively as quickly when they are underpowered. Nice. And then efficient appliances. Ooh, probably hold off. Maybe I'll do efficient appliances when I get enough. But now we're doing good because we only had a $300 at one point. if folks remember that happening, that was a little scary for sure. But we're doing great now. I can't complain. Let's see how things go as we hit peak hours. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and build another wind turbine up here. Kind of helps split that cost. You're finally getting to where you're hungry again. Your stomach wants everything after eating soup all week last week. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad. I'm glad you have an appetite. I think it's important. Yeah, I know you're definitely having some trouble before, so I'm glad things are better for you. Something around here. Uh-oh. What happened? Low voltage power line? That was just... Oh, I do have something out of order. Ah, okay. It does look like this one's at a bit of a stretch. Did a tree fall down? Is that what happened? Looked like a tree fell down. Nice. Nice. Doing good. I'm going to take down that tree. Let's see. Doing okay on this. Maybe we can add another line there just to kind of keep it a little less scary. But so far so good. Okay, so one of these is gonna need maintenance, so let's go ahead and do maintenance now on that. Another one's gonna get maintenance too in 20 hours. Let's go ahead and do that now too. Okay, that seems pretty good to me. Let's continue on. I'm okay with the 99%. I think the only way to get the 100 might be to move some more of my facilities. Like, this one looks like it's the most impacted because they literally built right next to my facility. So yeah, I could probably work on that next. It's a chemical plant. What do they care? It's fine. I'll probably try to build some more out here, maybe. And funnel it that way. Let's see. Alright, that way they get some more power. And it's not just on these guys. Let's see. We also have these like little lines out here. How do we want to do this? That's tricky. Because we could also funnel it from here. The wind turbines, that might actually make more sense. Because we can build that pretty easily. Oh, does it not let me go out farther? Ooh, that's tough. Okay. Looks like I build out here. Yeah, let's do that. And yeah, that's funneling to this whole line of stations. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. Okay. Cool. Looking good. Day 45 reach. Nice. We only got one more. Or 5 more days rather to go. It's not bad at all. Let's see. So if we go ahead and remove one of these. We're still pretty mad. But yeah, let me go ahead. Let's see. We're gonna have have us remove more of these, aren't they? Maybe this one? Maybe they'll feel a little better now. But it does look like this is pulling in from here. Maybe I can move this one down as well. Move my substation down here. And remove this one. Let's see. Connect these guys. Let's see. Ooh, this will be a little tricky because I can't really connect this one around unless I go around somehow. That's getting some power there. Let's see. All right. These are probably pulling in power from these guys, so that might help. This is pulling in power from... It's not pulling in power from anyone. Let's see. I think I could probably have them go around this way. That would probably make more sense. Let's see how that works out. This one's getting used for that. That's good. That helps. Electrolysis, a small loophole in the way taxation works in Skade, has made it very profitable to produce hydrogen. A shipment containing electrolysis equipment has been delivered to one of the residents. Huh. Huh. Okay. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Let's see. This guy's getting used a lot. I mean, it's a good thing we have the recharge station. Is this not getting used at all? Did I not connect this one correctly? There we go. This is like, wait, I thought I had this right. Okay, that helps. So far so good on that. Oh, looks like I got some more city areas being built here. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Low voltage power line has failed. Uh-oh. Yeah, looks like there's a strain there. Oop, happened again. Oh, I can't build there now. Let's fix that. Hopefully that'll help alleviate things. Okay. Food is on the way. Nice, nice. Sweet. Our rating's at closer to 100% now. I'm down with that. Cool. This one's definitely getting used quite a bit. That's doing alright. I'm glad I put in some of these generators, or these backup systems, but yeah, this is rough on these power lines. How are we doing? I just got 4 more days to go. So close. House and Skade will have significantly increased power consumption imminent. Brace yourself. Huh. I wonder who it is. They don't tell me who. So. And it's done. Very cold. Okay, so it really looks like this part is kind of at risk. Let's go ahead and build a line here. And maybe that'll help relieve some of that. Issue over here. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, that's the altered power usage habits due to special event. We're managing. We're managing. But yeah, that's really interesting. Working all right. Cool. Does look like it used some of the power sources there, which is fine. That's what it's there for after all. Nice. Okay. So it looks like it's still the NIMBY rating and the efficiency that they're working on. Oh, I do see like there's some roads here that could be a lot better. Let's go ahead and do that. demolish some of these. What is even happening here? Like, nothing's happening there. That's not connected to anything. That's just asking for trouble. Yeah, looks like power lines here. Probably don't need it right here. Same thing with these guys. Yeah, because that's already connected that way. So let's go ahead and remove some of these, just so that we don't have to worry about it. Let's see. So they're kind of satisfied. Let's see how the NIMBY rating's looking. Okay. Some areas not so good. That's happy. This is fairly happy. Some of these are growing closer and closer. I see, yeah. Yeah, that would do it. I mean, everyone's pretty happy. It's really just the NIMBY rating, right? So, this one's covering that top half. This one's covering this bottom half, I think. Uh-oh. Someone down here doesn't have power? Ah, I see why. Okay. And they're still using up a whole lot of electricity. %, higher power usage and altered. Okay. So they're fine. So really it looked like the NIMBY effect was happening. Probably like this guy. And maybe this guy. Okay. So what we could do, let's probably move our substation higher. Trash this one. And connect these. And connect this guy. Okay. Hopefully that should make things a little nicer. I wonder if we can just go ahead and trash some of this. Let's see. I hope this one's covered by that one. I hope it is. It's hard to tell, but it's also covered by these. I think it'll have enough power. I'll find out. I will find out. Okay. So, that's hopefully a little better for them. Let's see. If I want to have another wind turbine up here, probably put it up here, less in their way. Okay. Alright, and then let's see, that's a little better too. So ultimately it becomes an issue with these guys. I mean, admittedly this could be done better. This one's filling up more, which is good. That one was kind of useless for a while. This one's kind of covering a bit more. It's got that. It's definitely pushing it. It's definitely pushing it for this one. Let's see. I guess I'll see how this goes first. Let's go also efficient appliances. And see if this breaks anything. Let's find out. Alright. Our customer satisfaction is back up to 100%, so that's great. Definitely a little bit of a slowdown trying to, being all zoomed out and trying to move between things, but that could also just be my computer. So far so good. Holding up just fine doing that. They're definitely making use of the turbines, that's good. Ooh, some nanner bread. Nice, nice. I wonder if this would be best split something like that. Yeah, that seems to help. Food's here, no rush, sounds good, sounds good. Yeah, I only have a couple more days on this and then I'm gold. So far we have 100% satisfaction, which is awesome. So I'm excited to finish out this. Looks like the game's doing alright. A new city is going to be built in 3 days. And one of the turbines is going to go down for maintenance in a few hours, so that'll be good. I think we'll be able to handle that. Uh-oh. Looked like something was not working down there. Ah, just a road down there that they built. Okay. This one. This one. Oh man, who are building these things right next to my substations, man? They're not gonna be happy. Alright. So far so good. Alright, we'll see how this works for us. Storage facilities being used for one area. Is it this one? Might be this one, yeah. Oh yeah, because this one's down for maintenance. That makes sense. That's probably good. It's doing what it needs to do. Okay, that's back up online again. Nice. Nice, nice. I guess that guy's not doing the electrolysis thing anymore. Okay. Makes it a little easier on me. Don't have to worry about that. Let's see, we have any cool increased capacity of all storage units. I guess they could be useful. I got plenty of those. Occupancy sensors reduces power consumption of office and commercial buildings by 15%. Nice. Industrial buildings by 10. Nice. Lobbying power saving lights. Okay. There's gonna be a new city in a few days. But will that be on my last day? So far, so good. Oh, wow. They're like really building around here. Where'd these pop up from? looking good. Alright, 49 days. Let's go for it. Is this the last day, or is this the next to the last day? I guess we'll find out. Tree has fallen down. Oh no. Oh yeah, sure did. Used a bulldozer. Alright. I do like to see kind of like the things fluctuate and like the skies change and such. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Let's see, is this the last day or is it going to be the next to the last day? Hey, victory! You have managed to keep the company afloat and customers happy for 50 days. Well done. 50 days, I get 50,000 points. How much I've sold, how much I invested, and total score. Would you like to submit your score to online leaderboard? Sure. Sure, why not? I'm sure I did terribly. Not bad. Up there, high score submitted. I wasn't the highest, but I was in the top 38%. Cool. Cool. Let's see. In terms of energy sold, money invested. Oh wow, some people invested very little money. Cool. Nice. Would you like to keep playing? You won't be able to submit a new high score to online leaderboard, but you can play as long as you want. No, we'll go ahead and call it for now. But yeah, great. So we completed the first thing. I can show folks what this looks like. Thank you. Thank you. So here's like the world. And for folks who are interested, there's quite a number of like different maps. I only did one map, this one for Vejle. There's ones nearby, but quite a number. Like the ones with the lightning bolts are the ones that I can do, and then I need to earn influence points to be able to unlock some of these other areas. So quite a few maps, honestly, for a game that has just come out. And you know, you can track what difficulty you've completed at. They have easy, medium, hard, and yeah. Let's see, it says, congrats, it looks like you unlocked some new abilities thanks to your newly acquired influence points. Click on the button on the top right to learn more. So I have 5 influence points here. You can earn influence points as you run Power Company successfully. Every time you beat a map for a first time, you'll gain a number of influence points. Here you can see the new levels and features that get unlocked automatically as you progress. Click on them to learn more. So let's see, so there's the basics. So those and the initial maps, and at 5 influence points, it looks like I can do loans. Loans, we'll all run out of money sometimes, believe me, I know everything about it. I'm a scientist after all. Once you have enough influence points, you'll be able to take loans to get your company out of trouble. So there's like more maps happen with more influence points, advanced substations, switching stations, upgrades. Okay, I was wondering about when the upgrades would come up. So that's really cool. So like there's quite a bit of like a roadmap for how you unlock your maps, but very nice. That's very cool. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming on by and enjoying Power to the People with me. This was a fun little game to try out. I'm glad I had some time to at least finish one of the maps in the campaign. I hope those of you who stopped by to take a look at the game got a good sense of what the game's about. But yeah, feel free if you ever need to send me any questions or whatever. I'm active on Twitter. But and I'll post this up on YouTube as well, so you can definitely leave a question there as well. But that's it for me for tonight. I'm gonna go have some dinner. But thank you everyone. Hopefully I'll be back soon. We're taking some time off, but I want to make sure that Reaper has some time to stream as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So anyway, have a good one everyone, and we'll see you next time.